power of silence. What if I told you that your next promotion might depend on what you don't say? That the secret to winning arguments isn't speaking louder, but speaking less. That some of the most powerful people in history changed the world not through their words, but through their silence. Today, we're diving deep into one of life's most underrated superpowers, the power of silence. By the end of this video, you'll understand why silence can be your greatest weapon. You'll learn 10 game-changing arguments that prove silence beats noise. And you'll discover practical exercises to harness this power in your daily life. But first, let me ask you something. When was the last time you sat in complete silence for just 5 minutes? If you can't remember, you're not alone. We live in a world that fears silence, a world that mistakes noise for importance. But what if everything you've been taught about communication is wrong? In this video, we will discuss some argument, real-life example, command, prohibition, analogy, micro-practice, example, life application, life rise, the decline of life, to help you. Argument 1. Silence creates mystery and intrigue. Think about the most charismatic people you know. They don't fill every moment with words. They create pauses. They let their presence speak. When you're silent, people start wondering what you're thinking. They become curious about your thoughts. This curiosity gives you power. It makes you more interesting than someone who never stops talking. Command. Starting today, practice the 3-second rule. Before responding to any question, count to 3. Watch how this simple pause changes the entire dynamic. Exercise. In your next conversation, deliberately pause for 3 seconds before answering. Notice how the other person reacts. Notice how you feel more in control. Argument 2. Silence reveals truth. When you stop talking, others start revealing their true intentions. They fill the silence with their real thoughts. They expose their weaknesses. They show their hand. This is why the best negotiators use silence as their secret weapon. They ask a question and then say nothing. The uncomfortable silence forces the other person to reveal more than they intended. Real-life example. During the famous 1960 Kennedy-Nixon debates, Kennedy used strategic pauses, while Nixon rushed to fill every silence. Kennedy's measured responses made him appear more presidential. That silence helped win him the presidency. Application in life. In job interviews, don't rush to fill every pause. After answering a question, stay quiet. Let the interviewer process your response. His confidence in silence often impresses more than additional words. Argument 3. Silence builds respect. People respect those who choose their words carefully. When you speak less, your words carry more weight. Others start listening more intently when you do speak. They know that if you're opening your mouth, it must be important. Prohibition. Never feel obligated to fill every silence in a conversation. Comfortable silence is a sign of confidence, not awkwardness. Analogy. Think of silence like a rare diamond. Common stones are everywhere and worthless. But diamonds are valuable precisely because they're rare. Your words should be diamonds, not pebbles. Argument 4. Silence prevents regret. How many times have you said something you immediately regretted? How many relationships have been damaged by words spoken in anger? How many opportunities have been lost because you couldn't keep quiet? Silence is your safeguard against these mistakes. It gives you time to think before you speak. It prevents you from saying something you'll spend years trying to take back. Exercise. The next time you feel angry or upset, practice the 24-hour rule. Don't respond immediately. Wait 24 hours. Then decide if you still want to say what you were going to say. Most of the time, you'll be grateful you waited. Argument 5. Silence demonstrates emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence isn't about expressing every feeling. It's about knowing when to express them and when to hold back. Silent people often appear more emotionally mature. They seem to have better self-control. They're seen as more trustworthy and reliable. Command. Practice emotional silence this week. When someone tries to provoke you, respond with calm silence instead of reactive words. Watch how this changes their behavior toward you. Argument 6. Silence creates space for creativity. Our best ideas don't come when we're talking. They come when we're quiet, when we're listening to our inner voice, when we're not distracted by external noise. Real-life example. Steve Jobs was famous for his silent walks. He would walk for hours without speaking to anyone. Many of Apple's breakthrough innovations came from these silent moments. He understood that creativity needs silence to flourish. Application in life. Create daily silence periods. Even just 10 minutes of quiet time can spark incredible ideas. Turn off your phone, find a quiet space, and just think. Argument 7. Silence shows strength, not weakness. Society teaches us that quiet people are weak. This is completely wrong. It takes tremendous strength to remain silent when everyone expects you to react. It takes courage to stay quiet when others are attacking you. It takes wisdom to know when words will help and when they'll hurt. Analogy. Think of silence like a mountain. Storms rage around it. Winds try to move it, but the mountain remains steady and unmoved. That's the power of strategic silence. Argument 8. Silence improves relationships. The best relationships aren't built on constant talking. They're built on comfortable silences. When you can sit quietly with someone without feeling awkward, that's true connection. Silence also prevents many relationship conflicts. Most arguments escalate because people feel compelled to have the last word. Exercise. Practice silent listening with someone you love for 10 minutes. Just listen without interrupting or trying to solve their problems. Don't offer advice unless they ask for it. Just be present in the silence. Argument 9. Silence enhances learning. When you're always talking, you're not learning. You're just repeating what you already know. But when you're silent, you can absorb new information. You can understand different perspectives. You can grow and evolve. Command. In your next meeting or class, challenge yourself to speak 50% less than usual. Instead, focus on listening and learning. You'll be amazed at how much more you absorb. Argument 10. Silence builds inner peace. Constant noise creates inner chaos, but silence creates inner calm. When you practice being quiet externally, you become quieter internally. Your mind becomes clearer. Your stress levels decrease. Your decision-making improves. Application in life. Start each day with 5 minutes of silence. No phone, no music, no distractions. Just you and your thoughts. This daily practice will transform your entire life. The rise and fall of silence. Throughout history, civilizations that valued silence and contemplation flourished. Ancient Greece gave us philosophy through silent reflection. Eastern cultures developed profound wisdom through meditation and quiet contemplation. These societies understood that silence wasn't empty space to be filled. It was sacred space to be honored. But in our modern world, we've forgotten this wisdom. We've fallen into the trap of believing that louder means better, that busier means more important, that constant talking means greater intelligence. This is the fall of silence in our culture, and it's making us stressed, anxious, and disconnected from ourselves. But you can choose to rise above this. You can reclaim the power of silence. You can join the ranks of those who understand that sometimes the most powerful response is no response at all. What we learned from this video. Let's recap the key lessons. First, silence creates mystery and makes you more intriguing. Second, silence reveals truth by forcing others to expose their real intentions. Third, silence builds respect because it makes your words more valuable. Fourth, silence prevents regret by giving you time to think before speaking. Fifth, silence demonstrates emotional intelligence and self-control. Sixth, silence creates space for creativity and innovation. Silence enhances learning by allowing you to absorb new information. Seventh, silence shows strength, not weakness. Eighth, silence improves relationships by creating deeper connections. Ninth, silence enhances learning by allowing you to absorb new information. 10th, silence builds inner peace and mental clarity. Remember, the goal isn't to become completely silent. It's to become strategically silent, to choose your words carefully, to understand that sometimes the most powerful thing you can say is nothing at all. As we wrap up today's video, I want you to remember this. In a world full of noise, silence is your superpower. In a culture that rewards the loudest voice, be the person who speaks with purpose. In a society that mistakes activity for achievement, be the one who finds power in stillness. The ancient Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu said it best: "Those who know do not speak. Those who speak do not know." Your silence isn't weakness, it's wisdom. Your pause isn't hesitation, it's preparation. Your quiet isn't emptiness, it's fullness. Starting today, experiment with the power of silence. Try the exercises we discussed. Practice the 3-second rule. Create daily moments of quiet reflection, and watch how your life begins to transform. If this video opened your eyes to the power of silence, give it a thumbs up. Share it with someone who needs to hear this message. And subscribe for more life-changing content. Remember, in a world that never stops talking, the person who masters silence masters everything. Until next time, embrace the power of your silence and let it speak volumes about who you are. Thank you for watching. And remember, sometimes the most powerful response is no response at all. Thank you for spending these few minutes with us today. We hope something here touched your heart and reminded you of your own strength. Now we want to hear from you. Drop a comment below. What part spoke to you the most? How will you carry it into your life? Your voice matters. And when you share, you inspire more than you know. If this video gave you value, please like, subscribe, and pass it on to someone who might need this message today. Your support means the world to us. It helps us keep creating content that uplifts, encourages, and empowers. Until next time, stay inspired, stay growing, and never stop believing in your dream. Thank you.